All right, let's go.
Hi everybody, Julie from Julie's World Crochet. I am back again to show you a couple of my upcoming projects that I have tutorials coming out in the next couple days. I want to show you what I've made, and I have some more yarn from Herrschner. It's not a huge haul, but I'm going to unbox it because it's always exciting and I want you to be here. I want to share it with you. So before we start, or I guess to start, hope you're all doing great. I am currently, let me show you what I've got. Actually, the next tutorial coming out is going to be for this. Look at this baby blanket. Isn't this beautiful? This is a little wave stitch and I love it. And I promise you, it is my one of my number one recommendations for beginners. I know it looks fancy, but it has everything that makes it easy for a beginner. I promise. This is one of the first ones I was able to really do, and just like, this is so easy. You can, and straight sides are like built into the pattern. Plus I'll show you how to do this really lovely border. I made this using this stitch but with the picot border in a really colorful yarn. It was one of the cloud cakes, Karen cloud cakes, that was a self-striping but really like funhouse colors. I think it was called Magenta Madness. I'll show you a picture right here. But you can make all kinds of stuff with this. It doesn't matter. And in this case, I wanted to make this really luscious baby blanket. Doesn't it look sweet? Can you imagine? And it's so soft. So I'm doing this one next so that I can show you guys how to make it. It's so lovely. Very excited about that. I'm giving that one as a gift, and I'm actually got enough yarn that I'm going to make another one to donate because I just think it's so beautiful. And then the other thing I made that I'm putting out, summertime is here. This is using the Karen cotton funnel cake that I had. And I had this yarn, but what I was going to use it for, I really didn't like in that pattern. I didn't like it when it was in a more solid mesh. I didn't like the way the colors worked. If you can see, it's really nice. And when I bought the color cake, like when I obviously online, I thought it was fine. But I think that this color here, I was rather hoping that it'd be more, kind of like maybe a lilac color or something a little bit brighter. When I work it up all together and I see it in one fabric, it just seemed to really kind of be drab. So I decided that I played around with it and did a bunch of different swatches, and I decided that something lacier and more open, I quite liked it. And I only had two cakes. So I was wondering what to do with it. And I thought I had just enough, and I did, to make this, and it looks nicer on. I'll show you the thing. This is just a really lovely bathing suit cover with, if I can show you, a little belt there that kind of cinches in. So it looks just all loose and covered. And this is for a friend of mine that's much tinier than I am. So I don't want to put it on because I don't want to stretch it out. This is already kind of an oversize, but just imagine it over wearing, like someone wearing a bathing suit, or quick and easy cover in the summertime. It's really nice. It's so soft, soft cotton. So this was so fast to work up. I meant to do this on like a whip and talk and just kind of work on it. And I started to see, well, how will this look? Is this what I want to do? And before I knew it, I was halfway done a panel. Like, it just truly, I did this 24 hours later and it was done. It goes up so quickly, and very simple shapes. This also totally beginner friendly, very doable, really fun on. I'm going to show you a picture. When I went online to find, I was looking to find some sizes and get an idea for how many stitches people were using to make about the size that I was looking for. And I found something that was almost exactly, I'm sure. I mean, it's a fillet stitch. I mean, there's only so much you can do with it. It's the same shape. There's lots of, you can make lots of things with these shapes, and sewing it together the way I did, that's not unique. And someone has used this same kind of fillet stitch to do exactly the same thing. I'm sure it's almost identical. I actually didn't read the pattern, but I'll be linking it in the tutorial because I did use, she already had her inches already measured for the different sizes. So I used the information she had already put together, and I totally give her credit for that. I'm sure it's pretty close to exactly the same thing. Anyway, so I'm going to put those away. Tutorials coming very, very soon. Now, let's open some yarn. This is the fun part. So one of the things in here is, if you remember, we're working on this Lucky Exam blanket, and I'm actually done all of it. It's a really lovely texture blanket that I will put up a full tutorial once I'm completely done and can show you what it is and have all the counts for you. But what I need to do now is put on the border, and I don't have enough yarn. I realized I changed it midway through to make it bigger, so I had to go in and order more yarn. I don't even know if I got the same lot number. But since I'm done the blanket part, the main body, and I just have the border, my thinking is, even if the lot number's not the same, and if there's a slight color difference, it'll just be the border. Like it'll still look balanced, even if it's slightly off. Won't be my favorite thing, but it's not going to be the end of the world. But I also thought, I only ordered this yarn like 6 weeks ago, maybe. And it's really popular yarn. This is Premier Basics. So, with all kinds of colors. How much of gray? Oh, pardon me, I'm going to have to pause. Okay, I'm back. Actually I had to stop it there for a moment. I got a phone call, wrong number, of course. No one calls me anymore. I mean, it's always a wrong number or a scam, like one or the other. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Lot numbers. We're going to find out. We're going to open this and find out. So, I love it. Here's my order invoice. Very exciting. So I really like ordering from Herrschner. It's one of my favorite places to go, especially if I want. Especially if I want like to buy more of something, like in bulk, because they have the buy the bag specials, and they always have something good on clearance and pretty good prices for a good variety. So I'm really happy. I'm here in Canada, and the cost for the yarn plus the shipping plus taxes still works out for when you buy carefully. I'm still paying less than if I were to go to, say, Michael's for my yarn, unless I get like a really good sale at Michael's going on. You know, I mean, that's what it is when you're buying yarn. Just be careful about how you buy it. So in this box, I don't have lots of exciting stuff because I ordered, first off, okay, here is the gray. Oh, that's what I was saying. My thinking on this was I had a good shot of getting the same lot number, because how many people are ordering just that, out of all the colors, are ordering gray, that they'd run out of it in just a couple of weeks. Oh, do I have to? There's no folding in. Okay. Premier Basics. I have to cut it. Sorry. Let me just cut this up. Premier Basics gray. Looks kind of the same. I mean, it's supposed to look the same, but let's see. I saved this. This is these ones, lot number 3369. Drum roll, please. 6459. They are different lot numbers. Okay. Ooh. Now, are they different? Can you see? Do they look significantly different? It's not bad, right? I am really glad I did it the way I did so that I'm done it. I think it is slightly different when I look at it. I mean, enough that if I put it, I mean, it's slightly different. Enough that when I have several rows making the border, it probably will look slightly shaded different. So I'm actually really glad I did it the way I did it, so that there is no more going in on the body of it, because I think your eye won't really notice. Like, it's so close that just because the border will be a completely different stitch, your eye won't really notice it. It'll be more like an optical illusion if there's a slight difference. Like, you'll accept it as being a consequence of the stitch, not because it's a completely different color. So that's okay. Look at that. I had a different lot number. Rolled the dice. Didn't happen, but it's going to work out just fine. Totally fine. And so lovely. I'm going to be really happy to get this done. I cannot wait to send it to her. This is for my friend's daughter starting school. Okay, so the other thing I bought is this here. I bought 3 packs. This is a buy the bag. Let me just open one of these up. This is a buy the bag price, which is always better. These are the Karen Simply Soft, I believe. Yes, Simply Soft. And you know what? I need glasses. I need glasses to make this work. I better give them a dusting too. Just so I can see better. I've learned my lesson. Okay, so we have this is a medium worsted 4 or medium 4 weight. I would call it personally. I think that's a 3. I think that's more of a 3 myself. I don't know. I mean, it's what you think it is, and I definitely have less experience than like the rest of the crochet world for sure. It seems thin to me, but maybe not. It may just be this twist. Look how twisted it. Can you see? Whoops. See if I can get a little focus going on here. Hello. Can you see the twist on this? It's really nice. Feels really, really soft. And I love this blue color. This is the, let me get it right. Oh, it's only 6 ounces. Okay, yeah, it's 170 grams. That's right. Berry Blue. That was the name of it. And I bought this because I have one of my other really close friends is her birthday. It's not till September. So I have lots of time. I'm not even going to start this for another month, like not till the end of July. I'm not planning on it. And when I do this, I'm going to make a lap gown, like an afghan for her as well. But it's one of the round ones, and it kind of looks like a giant flower maybe. I'm sure you've seen it. There's several patterns out there, and in this case, I'm following a pattern. One of the first ones where I'm specifically following a pattern, and I'll be doing that along with you. But, well, and so if you want, this is plenty of notice. Get yourself enough yarn to do that pattern, and we can do it like together and figure it out and cry and whatever and celebrate all at once because we're going to be successful. I don't know why I said negative things there. But I'm going to give it a shot. But for my friend, I think she would really love it. And I got this color because she has really beautiful blue eyes. And I thought that would look really good. She's had a crappy couple of years, you know. So I thought that's something that she would really enjoy. It's really nice and soft. I'm really excited. I'm going to be really happy when I do this. So I bought this at the same time because it's a good price. And when I order, I like to order enough at a time. Like I definitely needed to get these. So off I went to the others. So for these, the Caron Simply Soft, there's 170 grams, 6 ounces in a skein, and 315 yards per skein. So I got 9 skeins, like 3 packs of 3. I have 2,700 plus change yards of this. So well, I guess actually it's 2,800 total. A little over 2,800 is my total yardage that I have for this, so that I'll be doing for the upcoming pattern. I'll try and show you and link, but you'll have more about it later on as we go. But if you want to get, you can do the pattern I'm going to do. You can do it in worsted weight, a DK weight. I probably wouldn't go smaller than that, but any yarn that you want, go ahead and do. Trying to think, it's not really heavy on stitch definition, so if you want a slightly fuzzier yarn, that would probably be okay. I tend to like them not quite as, although this is soft and it does have some fuzz. The twist makes it so that I think you'll really be able to see the yarn and the stitches as well. Okay, awesome. Now, the other thing I bought, and I don't often buy cakes, but this time I did. Oh, and again, this is sealed. All right. Okay, box, you know what? You're driving me crazy. It wants to fall down. Fine, fall down. Who am I to argue with you? All right, I have to cut this open. This is, okay, obviously it's a bag of 3. It's the Mandela Ombre, which I've wanted to buy for a long time. I hear all kinds of wonderful things about it, but I never really had a cause, and I wasn't willing to spend the money. Like when I go into Michael's, I don't want it in Canada. I don't want to buy 3 of them for the Michael's price, or enough of the yarn that I can make. Like I don't want to make this, I want to say I don't want to make small things, but I'm going to make small things with this. I bought this because look at these colors. Don't they look great? I love the blue and the like turquoisey green, and then the mix with the white through. I think it just looks so fun without being like carnival colors. It just seems really great for winter. And I told you I have a friend coming who, as a matter of fact, who I made this beach cover for. I bought this because I want a little bit for myself, but I'm going to be making her, when she visits, one of her gifts for her birthday. It'll be over that timeline. I'm going to make a hat and a scarf for her and a hat and a scarf for her granddaughter with this yarn, because I just think it would look great on her. These are her favorite colors, and I'm really excited by the yarn. So I have a 3-pack, which is enough. Oh, I should tell you, this is, since we're looking at it, okay, we're looking at it with glasses now. Sorry. There we go. Okay, in the Mandela, it's the ombre yarn from Lion Brand. There's 5.3 ounces per skein, 344 yards. So with the 3 skeins, I have 1,000 yards to account for, which is more than enough to do the hat and scarf for an adult and a hat and scarf for a toddler. That'll cover all of it. And then it's 100% acrylic. So, I mean, obviously it'll be wonderful. I think she'll really, really love it. And I'm really excited. This is, look, I just think this is beautiful. This is even prettier than I thought. Like, you know, when you see it online and you're excited, but this is actually an even prettier combo than I thought before. I really like this. So I'm excited. This is one of the things I'll be doing on my next Whip and Talk, because a couple of the projects that I wanted to do worked up so quickly that I was halfway done before I even got on video for it. So I'll be doing this because I can sit down and do at least one part of it all in one Whip and Talk and not have an excuse. Now, the next thing I got, and I got a few. Oh, is that how that works? Okay. Well. So this is different than I expected. Hey, I'm missing one. Where's my cream color? I think I got the wrong color here. Oh, well. Lesson learned. I did not, except, so, okay, what I did is I bought, they had Afghan yarn on sale. So this is the Herrschner's, Afghan yarn. And this is funny enough, this is supposed to be a DK weight. And to me, this actually looks the same size as that other. Can we not get a little focus here? Hello? No, apparently not. Let me step back a little bit. Okay, this is supposed to be a DK weight, and it's quite light. It's very light, and I guess it probably is. I mean, really, what do I know? To me, and I guess when you put it together, like, it doesn't stretch. Okay, I see it. It's just a little fuzzier than the other yarn that I had, for instance, that is a DK weight. The blue here, this one here, the Karen. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so this is the Herrschner's Afghan yarn. Let me tell you what it is first. It is 100% acrylic. These are 56-gram skeins, so not 100 gram, 56 grams, but they were really cheap, and actually they have tons of colors, like lots of different gradient shades. And what I decided I wanted to try and do with this is make kind of a fall shawl, or be prepped to make a fall shawl. I've been looking at, there's a bunch of stitches that I want to do that really come out and look really great in a multicolor, so that there's different colors. And I haven't found like a variegated yarn or a striping yarn that I want to do it in. I want a little more control of it. So this was a really good solution, I thought, because because they were super cheap. Okay, in Canadian dollars, so after I exchange, because Herrschner's is a U.S. company, after the exchange, actually in U.S., they're $1.60 a skein. So after exchange, taxes, shipping over here, it still works out for me for this box. I paid probably maybe $2.50 for these, and that's still a good deal in my world. So what I did is I bought several colors, so I guess I should show you this. And I was going for kind of a somewhat gradient, fallish thing without being oranges and yellows. And this was supposed to be, it is called crepe. And online, it doesn't even look as much here. Online, it looks a little creamier. And I can see with the light on it, it looks super light, but I promise you, looking at it in front of my naked eyes, it looks quite pink, which is not what I was going for necessarily. So that's one thing to know, that it is quite pink, and that explains why it was with the pinks and reds in the lineup. But I probably should have gotten the actual cream one that looked a little brownish to me online, like a little too deeply cream. I thought this was just a little bit, whatever. I thought it was going to be paler than this. It's not. It's pretty pink. Neat, good to know. So I had bought a dark gold. This was like a burgundy. Here's the dark gold kind of color. This is a coppery color. Actually, this light is making it look much lighter than it is. In my eyes, it looks a little bit darker, but these three kind of go really nicely. And then, let me hold them up. And then I have this here. So let me just tell you what these colors are. I just need to find out where they put them. Peanut. So this one is peanut. You can see it's kind of, even though it's a brown, it's kind of a taupey brown, I guess. Yeah, light brown. This one is cider. I actually quite like this one. In front of me, away from that, it's got a little bit more orangey color than you see here. This looks a bit lighter than it is. It's probably a little more vibrant, not on my camera in front of these lights. This one here is a Old Rose, which I actually quite like this. So it's almost a brown, but it's really got like a combination of, it's almost a combination of like a light brown with that dark rose color, dusty rose, a dark dusty rose color, without being red, like without being super red or anything. I quite like that. That one's really nice. This is really, really soft yarn. I will give credit for that. This is really soft yarn. It would make a lovely lap gown with a lot of things. And that's the other reason I bought it. I thought it was inexpensive enough. I could buy a bunch of colors to explore with that, with the stitches and kind of making up a pattern for a really nice winter, like a rectangular wrap, would be great. And it let me have a chance to look at this yarn. I'm going to see how it works up. And if I really like it, I might do some lap gowns with it. Especially, I want to do some to donate to, I think it's called Jacob's Blanket, Linus's Blanket, Linus Project. I'm going to have to get it because there's a couple of them. But the one I'm thinking of might be the Linus Project, or Project Linus. I'm sorry, I can't get the name right. I haven't looked it up. I haven't put the link. I didn't mean to talk about it. I will be, but, oh, and this is a fine weight. I'm sorry, this is a 2 fine weight. I don't think it's as thin as that. Personally, I don't think it's a 2, but it might be, because they have blanket donations for children. You donate, you make blankets for children and toddlers and infants, all the way up, I guess, through the early teens. And these are donated and given to kids who are in foster care, because they often don't have things just of their very own. They have a limited number of things, and it really matters. Something like a blanket that's really theirs and beautiful and unique and just theirs all the time that they can take with them. I think it really makes a difference. So I'm making stuff all the time. I love making the tutorials and sharing with you guys. I really like the idea of doing it with a purpose and having some things besides my friends and other people I make things for. I really like the idea of donating for some good, worthy causes. Anyway, and then what was the last color? Okay, so we got the cider, we got peanut, we have Old Rose. This one is Bing Cherry, and really it looks like Bing Cherry. I don't know if you've ever bought them frozen. It's exactly that color, pretty much. Everything here has more depth. It's kind of just looking a little bit washed out on my camera in these lights, but I promise you there's a little more depth to the color. So this one's pretty good. We saw the cream already, or crepe. This is called crepe. It is light baby pink. I promise this. It's quite pink. That might be the only one that kind of ruins this. You'll have to help me and let me know if I should use it. And this is a royal blue. So this blue is really lovely. It's a really nice blue. So now the plan was that I would be able to, I expected to have quite a light color. See how nice these all go together? I thought they would make like a really nice wrap, but I intended to have, oh shit, come on. I intended to have a really light, oh, what did I drop? Did I drop one? No. Surely I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. Excuse me. I intended to have the whole mix. I don't even know if I can hold these all in my hand. I intended to have the whole mix all together, but I expected that crepe one to be more of a cream. So you could tell me, does it really blow it out of the water? I feel like it just, it's too pretty, you know, like too pretty to go with the rest of these. Or should I get rid of that one? There we go. And just stick with this bunch. You know, let me know. Let me know in the comments and tell me what you think. And if you think of anything else to go with it, like how to mix and match these. But I'm happy I bought them because I wanted to try out different colors, and I actually didn't want huge skeins. I mean, I have some skeins from a multicolor project that I'm doing, and I'm expecting to have it left over, which is fine. But I just didn't want to buy a whole bunch of colors and have, you know, half a skein left over here and there and everything else. So this worked out really perfect for me to try out. And I know that I bought it because it was a thinner weight. I mean, I don't remember it being fine, super fine too, but I'm not surprised because I want to do some of the finer definition stitches, and I didn't want to do them in a worsted and have a really thick shawl. I mean, I'm saying fall shawl, but that doesn't mean I want it super thick and fluffy. So I didn't want to be doing it in a worsted and a rand and have it be heavy like that. I wanted it to be something that was going to drape really nice and be a little bit lighter. So very happy with that. Now, finally, this, by the way, all together, including shipping and taxes, altogether I paid slightly over $100 for that. That is Canadian. Oh no, it might have been US dollars. I'm going to say US dollars. So $130, say Canadian. And this is a good deal for what I got. These skeins are 170 grams, so 9 of them. I probably got like 12 worth of 100 gram skeins. Those are 50 gram skeins, so 2 per. Plus my mandalas, plus these, plus what I've got here. I probably got 30 skeins for 130 Canadian dollars. And they're really lovely yarns. So this was a good price and worth my order. I mean, some of these I probably could have got comparably in the stores here, but I really probably couldn't have gotten all of them comparably. So now the last thing I have is actually the exciting part because I don't know what's in it. Always check I like buying the ends, the mill ends sometimes for the colors because I want to explore some things, blah, blah, blah. So what they had is they had bulky weight acrylic mill ends. So these are like as they're milling them, making them, when they get to the end skeins, they put it off. So what they do is they combine them together and they sell those. They're a lot cheaper. This was $6 for 500 grams of bulky weight yarn. Now, I don't use a lot of bulky weight. That's not my thing. I have a single project I'm using bulky, and actually a super bulky yarn for. Otherwise, I don't have it in my stash. I don't make a lot of things with it. I'm not a real fan of the bulky weight. But I have been saying that, like, I want to make my cat a cat bed. I mean, there's a few things that I do want to do. So I thought, you know, this was for $6. I get 500 grams. It's random. You don't know what colors you're going to get. But at least I will have some. And I'll either, like, if it inspires me to do a different project, okay. If it doesn't really inspire me, the cat does not care what color her bed is. So I got the fun of getting some yarns that I get to explore and try out. So let us see what my $6 got me. First off, I see a couple of the same color. So these look like they're all the same yarn, but different colors. So, and I got 5 skeins, just like they said. So these are 100 grams each, because you get 500 grams. So for 100 grams each, I probably have 100 to 130 yards per skein would be my estimate with this kind of yarn. This is, let me see here. So this is the yarn. It's kind of a super bulky weight. Wow, it's super soft, nice and fuzzy. You know what? Oh, this might work out really good. Look at this. Okay, so first off, this is really fuzzy. It's really lovely. Very, very nice and soft. Very nice. This is the sort of thing, like this is what you want your scarves made of. This is what you want, like how a winter Afghan, you know, when you're sitting outside by the fire or whatever that's in the fall and you want to like really feel snuggled down. This is the kind of yarn for that. Although, of course, you only get 100 yards, so I'm getting per skein with bulky. So I don't know how much you would need. I've never made an Afghan or any kind of blanket out of a bulky yarn yet. So I'm not exactly sure how much you'd need, but probably quite a few. Anyway, I have these are all the same yarn. So I have 2 of this color, which is it's like a dusty blue. So it's not baby blue because it's not bright, but it is that pale soft blue, kind of like, I don't know, like a stream early in the morning, something like that, or almost a gray sky. It's like a bluish, pale blue gray. And then I also have 1 of this color. I really like this. This is maybe a mauve. Mauve. A very light purple, almost periwinkle. It's hinting into going into blue. It actually goes pretty well with that color. You know what I want to know? I guess not. You know, this bulky one here, I wonder if they even look what your other order is when they choose which bag to give you. Like when I don't know if they even think about it, but I feel like they kind of go with my other color here. Although being a different weight, I'm not going to try and do them together. But that doesn't mean that, like, it kind of feels like it goes a little bit. Because I have these blues here. And then the last 2 skeins from my bulky order are this purple. And actually, these are not terrible together, right? This could be really fun. I mean, there's the purples together. These are kind of all purpley. And this contrast here with the blue isn't terrible either. So it's not like I couldn't use these all together. You know, they don't contrast so badly that you're stuck with them. So I'm really pleased with that. That was worth my $6, right? That cost me $6 for, you know, some yarns that I will definitely be able to use. And looking at it, I mean, I want to say other stuff, but honestly, I think that this is going to be for my cat. She really loves a good crochet Afghan bed. Well, I'm going to make a bed out of it for her. I think this will work really, really well. I don't need to use something really heavy. I think I'm just going to use a good stitch and make her something she can be cozy in. So very exciting. So that came out really well. I think I did good on the yarn. I can't believe how much I really like this. I mean, I was happy to buy it, but I've bought some variegated before where I've looked at it and went, oh, this is great, and gotten it and been, well, case in point, and been disappointed with how it actually works up, but or how it actually looks close up. But I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be delicious when it's done. It feels like it should taste really good, if you know what I mean. Like if this were candy, I feel like I would really enjoy it. And definitely excited by this one because I just think I love the twist. I wasn't expecting that. I was just working today with from Ice Yarns, their DK Twister DK it's called, and I really love that yarn. It feels so smooth and slick, and it's got a lovely twist on it. It's great to show your stitches. I love how it works up. And I was just marveling at that. So I'm kind of really pleased to see this twist here. And I'm hoping that I'm expecting to really like working on this project. I hope you join me on that because I think it's beautiful. I'm excited, but I'm not going to be starting that until early August. So just heads up, you got plenty of time. Find yourself a sale. Make sure you get enough. I will put the link for that pattern down below. I guess I'll start posting it so you know how much yarn you need. You need a little less than 2,800 yards. I think it's 27 something or whatever. So I'm not making the huge one. So we're going to figure it out. I have 2,800 yards of this. So that's how much I've got to make this pattern. It's going to be great. And then shortly, and probably a little later tonight, I am going to get working on finishing this blanket so that I can get a tutorial going and so that I can get working on my next project. But I'm excited to have this one done and be able to show you what it looks like all together. So that's coming up and being done. And of course, not now, but at some point in time, it'll probably be a whip and talk. We will decide what we are going to do with these. I don't even know how many I have. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Let's see what we can do here. Am I missing one? Yeah, you can see them all there. This is all of them together. So I'm definitely going to be able to manage something with that for sure. Awesome. Awesome. And I've got this one. So, wow, that worked out really good, right? So that's all I got to talk about right now. I'm going to try and cut this off so I can keep it a little bit short-ish. I'm only so good at that. Can't wait to talk to you later tonight. We will have more soon. The tutorials for the beach cover-up and this baby blanket should be coming out in the next couple days. And we're good to go. I can't wait to chat with you again. Have a great day.